Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. I'm so excited to be sharing with you all about the foundations of engagement. We are going to be sharing with each other, and we'll be able to take the information that we learn in each one of these sessions to the streets. So the good news is you're going to learn a lot of great information, and you're going to be able to apply what you learn from week to week, and by the time we're finished, you will have a very clear and defined understanding of what it takes to get your business up and running and what it takes to engage clients and inspire them to work with you. I wanted to also let you know that there's a very diverse population here. We have some of Wainwright Global's staff on the line. We have some of let's see, we have some, I believe a veteran is here. So we have some veterans here, we have coaches here, we have Boeing people here. So we have a very diverse crowd of individuals on the webinar, and it's really great that you are all here. So I just got a comment that someone is still trying to get online with us, and I will we'll just be talking at a high level until I see a couple more people show up. I know that we are expecting about 20, and there's about 12 right now. So yeah. Anyway, Paul Rand is here, and I'm hoping that he can just kind of say hello and welcome to everybody while we're stalling for Celeste and some other people to get on. So Paul, do you want to say hello to everybody?
Hi, Barbara. Thank you for the invite. I would like to welcome everybody. I look forward to the presentation that Dr. Wainwright is going to be putting on this month. I think you guys are going to find that this is a highly applied, very interactive experience. It's really going to cover all things A to Z when it comes down to how to effectively engage another person to really helping that person unleash and unlock their best and highest contribution. And I just want to speak to the program as having independently researched this. I know that the work that Barbara puts in developing and designing courses, it's tremendous how she helps you think through and apply otherwise very complex processes and ideas in just the simplest format. So I think you guys are going to find that this is a challenging but very rewarding experience, and I look forward to continuing to monitor and measure the results that are produced from this opportunity, and appreciate the invite here to observe and watch this come together.
Thank you so much, Paul. It's just really, like I said, a joy to be here. And I think we've got a few more people that just arrived. So, still not seeing Celeste. So, okay. Well, I'll tell you what. The things that I'm going to talk about for the first few minutes, you can just repeat for her, Joy. What I want to do right now is kind of just take a high-level look at the syllabus for the course, because I know some of you are in here for university credits, and Celeste is here, so yay. So some of you are here for university credits, some of you are here to learn how to market your coaching course. All of you are here to learn how to engage individuals, whether that be from a human resource perspective, from a negotiator perspective, or a coach perspective, or even a colleague perspective. So we're here to help you get into what I call the inspire mode, and that means you're inspiring individuals to engage with you as a coach. So and that requires engagement with them first. So let's just kind of take a high-level look here at the syllabus, and note that some of you are required to complete this. All of you should be looking at it because it does have information that you will need. Okay, so the purpose is that we are here to understand how to engage individuals, because there's reports that 60% of organization employees are disengaged. Well, you know, that goes too with individuals who are employees, whether they are, you know, whether they're in their job or what they're doing. We are going to find that there's opportunities all over the place, whether it's with a coworker or an employee, or it's a best friend, or it's a friend of yours, their child. People need coaching, I believe, and when you engage people from a coaching perspective, which is asking questions, that's when you're going to get their attention the most, because who are they most interested in? Most people are most interested in themselves. So when you're asking them questions about themselves, you're engaging them in their favorite topic. Okay, let's move to the next thing, strategic goal. So we want to embrace the employee-centered human capital engagement by demonstrating. Now, this is really something that you want to understand. We want to have an understanding, we want to be able to plan, and we want to apply the tools that we all have available to us in the SLA membership area. So we're going to be looking at those tonight. We're going to dive into the membership area, and we are going to, when we get into the membership area, we're going to go through what all is there, etc. And forgive me for not turning off my phone. I do apologize for that. And anyway, so the next thing is the tactical goal. You do want to be at the class every week. We have a weekly attendance. This is what we're attending right now. No, this is 10/4 through 10/23. So that's this coming weekend. Hey, Paul, I don't know if you want to elaborate on the 10/4 to 10/23. I thought this is the second, and I'm thinking this is one of our conference calls. So maybe that's just a typo. I don't know. If you want to jump in, you can anytime. Okay. We have a weekly applied reading that is done, and I'm going to be getting that workbook to you before the class is out. It will be in the library in the system, so that's good for you to know. Then we have, this is kind of exciting, we have optional, so note optional, don't have to do this, but this would be good for you, is teach to learn experiences. Meaning you can come on and do a demonstration. If you have a topic or an area that you're excited about, that you would like to share with our community, we will have you come and do a teach to learn experience. We will record the experience. You will have yourself on, you'll have a recording of yourself doing an instruction. You'll be able to add that to your website. It will be high value, because if you're marketing yourself and you appear on, what looks like a TV show, because it will, then you will also have some valid, what we call marketing materials for you to use on your website. So that's a teach to learn experience in November. If you're interested in that, you need to let us know. Okay, because that is optional. The resources that you're going to have, there's a strategic learning guide, which we're going to be uploading. The membership site, which you've all already have access to, and we're going to make sure that you can all get in there tonight. You have the core values index assessment and the handbook that goes with it. That's in the membership site as well. We have the improved employee assessments and reports. That's in the membership site as well. And then the career development system overview and draft report. Now that's in the library, in the LMS, in the membership site as well. So we're going to have an overview, and we're going to be walking through all of this content so that you will be able to swiftly be able to use it. So the schedule is Thursday nights, this is the first one of the Thursday nights, from 5 to 7 p.m. And we're going to be talking tonight, like I mentioned, the inspiring people to be engaged with you, engaged with their life, engaged with the community, engaged. All right. Session 2, we're going to be talking about the tools. Session 3, we'll be talking about maps and reflections and leveraging tools that resonate with you. Section 4 is going over, and this is where, by this time in Section 4, you'll be able to ask intelligent questions about marketing. So if you feel unsure or uncertain of anything in Session 4, then all you need to do is, keep your questions going, because I love answering questions about marketing. Marketing to me is very exciting. I love doing it. It's fun to be, it's a very creative thing to do. I love being the creative part. And I want all of you to have some marketing skills on board when we're done. So that's what you want to prepare for. As we're going through this, you're going to kind of learn a lot of things that maybe you didn't know before, things that you will be, as you're learning, you might want to recap on some of it. So we're going to have, in session 4, we'll be able to do that. Answer any questions. Okay, and then so here's kind of a schedule for you to look at. It's a suggested guide, and then if you scroll down there's another schedule, and kind of you can check off your attendance at the classes and that type of thing. If you're not a veteran, of course, it doesn't apply to you, etc. So, okay, that's it for this syllabus. And okay, the next thing I want to do is jump to the membership website. So I'm going there right now. And I encourage you to do the same thing. If you have your access to the membership site, if you have your email address and your password, if you would go ahead and log in to the membership site right now, because as I walk through it, I want you to walk through it with me. That way we won't get off of here and you'll have seen it, but you won't have done it. I want you to actually have the experience of getting around in the system just like me. So I'm already logged in, and I'm going to go ahead and show my screen here. I'm already logged into the system, and I have clicked on members, and so this is the menu for the members area. So what I'm going to do right now is give you, I want to give you a few minutes to go ahead and get logged in, and then once you've gotten logged in and you're on the membership site, go ahead and click on, there should be a hand to ask questions. Let me see if there is. Questions, yes. So there should be a hand for you to be able to ask questions. Just click on the hand and we will get your questions answered. Okay, so Joy, I know that you have a question because your hand is up, so I am just asking, did you have a question or were you following my directions really fast? Joy, you're unmuted if you want to just say hello. Okay, so people are putting their hands up as they're logging in. That's great. Okay, beautiful. So 2 people are done. Oh, wait a minute, Kathy, did you have a question or was your hand up? Oh my goodness. So if you have any questions for now, why don't you just go ahead and get them typed in the chat box and they'll show up as questions for me. That'll be great. Joy says, I don't remember where the email is with the link and login. Okay, Joy, it would be, the link would be, oh, you know what? I'm going to give you in the chat box, I'm going to put in the group chat there the link to go log in. So you guys can just click this link and it will take you right there. But give me a second because I gotta. Okay, in the chat box. Oh no, hold on a second. Sure, I put it in there, but I didn't share it with everybody. So here I'm gonna do it again. Okay, in the chat box is the link to the membership area. If you don't remember your username and password, what you'll do is go into the membership area and go to the login page, click on enter your email address, and Joy, your email address is your company email, and then you can click forgot my password, and then within a few minutes or even shorter, you'll get an email with your password there in the email, or a link to change your password or something. So hopefully that helps. Martha is asking, is this being recorded? Actually, I am recording it. It's not the policy of the school to record the classes and have them available for viewing. However, I'm thinking that we could have this up for 7 days for review, and I can put it into the membership area and put a password on it so that not just anybody can get in. Okay, The URL is in the chat, so James, I hope you have that right now. Okay. All right, so any other questions? Is everybody busy getting logged in? I saw Kathleen's in. Thank you for that, Kathleen. Okay, so I see Chris is in, May is in. If anybody else is having difficulty, put something in the chat box. If you can't see the chat box, you want to click on the red rectangle with the white arrow at the top right-hand corner of your screen, and that will open up the control panel, which is the chat box is at the bottom of the control panel. So when we get to this point in the presentation this evening, I'm going to need a volunteer. So one of you think about volunteering for me and putting your hand up. We're going to do a demonstration. So if you want to be my volunteer, let me know. Okay, so how's everybody doing? I got noticed that 4 people have logged in so far. So Jocelyn, I'm going to ask you, how are you doing? Are you able to log in? Thanks, Martha. Jocelyn, are you able to log in? Joy, how are you doing? Julius? Kathleen, you have a question? Kathleen, do you have a question? Or you're just saying showing me you're done? Thank you. Okay, once in, volunteering. Okay, thanks, Kathleen. Okay, once you are in the membership area, on the main menu there's a tab called Members. So go ahead and click on the Members area. Oh, good. I'm glad. Jocelyn's in. Okay. Anybody else having trouble logging in? Linda, how are you doing? Are you logged in? All right, Linda's in. Leland, hi, Leland. All right, Celeste is in. Leland, were you able to open up your screen, Leland? Welcome, by the way. Okay, Leland. No, it won't. Okay, there you go, Leland. You're unmuted. Go ahead.
Oh, so you want us to log into the SLA?
Yes, to the membership area that you see on the screen.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Okay. I'm just apologize for being late. My shift goes till 4:30, and I barely make it home in a half hour usually anyway. So.
Well, that's amazing that you did what you did. So thank you.
We're good. Okay, so go to SLA online. This looks like a new front page for SLA. It's changed a little bit. So we just go on SLA.com, or what is it? What do we do? Just SLA.com?
Oh, there's a, okay,
Or
do you see the link in the chat box by any chance?
in the chat box to the right? Well, I see SLA's Business Development Program. That
Okay, I'm
session
going
being
to
recorded.
pop it in there again because you claim that you might not be able to see it. Hold on a second. Let me pop it in there because the link is right there. It's actually strategiclearningalliance.com instead of .org. Will take you right there. Or you
Gotcha.
can use this link in the chat box.
Well, this might seem kind of weird, but I'm just gonna type it in because I have two computers. So I have my work computer up, and then I have my home computer, and I'm in my office at home. So I'm just typing it on the other computer so I can see your lesson plan at the same time.
Perfect.
So strategiclearningalliance.com.
Yes.
Okay. And there it is. Oh, there's a .org, and that's funny. Oh, there's the .com right there. Okay. That's why we have a different page. Oh, this one looks different than yours, though. Oh, wait a minute.
Okay, click on the member on the main menu where it says member.
Member. Yeah, this the page I clicked on is probably the wrong place to go. It doesn't have a member button.
On the menu?
No, yeah, I don't have one. I don't have what you have.
Okay.
This is the wrong page. Let me try again. I might have to do your link. Let me see. I'm going to try again here. Oh, interesting. strategicalliance.com. So that's the page you're showing us, the page that we should be seeing, right?
The page that you should be seeing, yes, the page that you should be seeing is what you should be seeing on my screen.
Okay. Okay. So show me your link, and I'll use your link because this didn't work.
Okay, it's in the chat box. I believe you should see the link.
The chat box, and the chat box is
okay
on
the control panel. This is all good because I'm sure this is questions that other people have too. So the control panel. Did you find the control panel?
Well, yeah, you got the telephone, mic, sound check, all that. Raise your hand.
At the bottom, it should be the chat thing. At the bottom.
I see the chat thing.
Okay. In there, do you see a link in the chat box? Oh, you have to.
Let me go down. Oh, there it is.
Yay.
I scrolled up to look for it, and then I had to scroll back down again. Okay. Thank you so much. Oh, there it is. So now I got to log on. Register. I should already be registered. Oh my.
That's right. You and everybody else should all be registered. If anybody does not have a registration, please let me know right now, and I will take care of that immediately.
Now the trick is remembering the password.
Okay, so this is what I told Joy. If you just click forgot the password, you'll get a link with either the password or a link to change your password. So if you don't remember it anyway, you might as well just click the link.
I'm going to go for it right now. Yep. Let's not play around. Okay. So
oh, hi, Chili. I'm glad. Okay, Chili's here. Hi. Okay, so Chili's gonna have the same issue. So Chili, you want to go ahead and log into the membership area because I want everybody to walk through this with me so that you don't have any issues when we get off the meeting. It's like the worst to have somebody show you a whole bunch of stuff and then you go to get in and either you can't get in at all or once you get in you still don't know where to go because you weren't doing it. So this is going to be a hands-on class where you're going to actually be walking through this stuff with me. So
you know what? I got to start over. It shows I'm not registered. I'm surprised. This is probably a new page for me then. That's what's going on here. So I'm going to have to register.
You haven't registered. Okay.
I would think I had. I don't know why I didn't recognize it.
Yeah, that is interesting.
Give it a try.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. And I'm hoping Chili has made it in. Anybody else? Now, Leland, here's a question. Julius says he can't get into the membership area either. Okay, Julius, let me see which email address I used for you.
Well, it actually looks. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'm gonna put Julius. I'm gonna put the email address in a message to you right there in the chat area, so you should be able to see the email address we use. So if you use that to log in and say forgot my password, you'll get an email. Oh, never mind. Then you're already in. Awesome. Great. Yeah. All right. So let's see. So I've got.
Sorry to interrupt you again, but the page I have brought up is not the same way you have. I'm still wondering if it.
Okay.
Is it in that?
Okay. Just a second.
Go ahead.
I need to. Okay. Here you are. Okay. I think you just. Okay. Let me log you in. Let me fix you. If that makes any sense, I want to make sure you have the right tags, and you have the associate tag, which is good. I need to add another tag, so just which is you. Yeah, that's right. You don't want the associate tag. Hold on a second. Just give me a sec. So if anybody else is having the same problem as Leland, let me know so I can fix your account.
Well, you have what it says, customerhub.net. That's where you want us to go?
Yeah, that's fun. That is, yes, that's great.
So what it brings up is a home page with the logo of SLA, and there's nowhere to click to get out of this. And, oh, here's my name, drop down, log out, profile, my file box. Yeah, it doesn't look anything like yours, though.
Okay, so I just added, you're going to need to log out and log back in because I just added I don't think if you hit refresh it'll do it, but I just added the membership to your name, which you did not have before, which you need.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so I'll log out and log back in.
Okay, and if anybody else is having that same problem, let me know. So, how does this represent engagement?
We are engaged.
We are engaged. We have to be engaged. Why do we have to be engaged? Because there's a lot to learn here, and I want to make sure you all get through this with me. So, all right.
Awesome. Okay, so
okay,
now I have all.
Tab. Okay, so James, I'm gonna fix you just real quick. I gotta find your membership. Okay. If you see the associate area, that's not the correct area. The website for the login, Chili, is in the chat box. I'm going to go put it in there again for you. Oh, I'll just reply to your thing here. Right, hold on a second. What website? Here, send privately. There you go. Okay, you should have that now. So, right, I am multitasking, registering people left and right. This is, yes, it would have been great if we could have done this before, but how would I have known? Right? How would I have known who was able to log in and who wasn't? This is the only way that I know to do this. So sorry, hang in there with me for this. Okay. So, okay, James, you are just about set. Okay, okay, yes, you are set. So James, you're set. Anybody else have any problems logging in? Or once you get in, anybody else getting the associate tab only? If you're not getting the member tab, then that's a problem. So just to clarify, Jocelyn said she was in, Martha, Christopher, May, Celeste. Celeste, are you in? I see you were asking. Oh, no, you're in. I see your note. Okay. Jocelyn's in, Kathy's in, Linda's in, Leland's already got in. Okay. And then if anybody else has any issues, let's see. So I think everybody else is in. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, James is in. Yes, James Abram. There's two James. James Anderson and James Abram. Both same initials, James A. Okay, so yeah, good job, you guys. So now that you're all in, I'm going to go to my screen again, and I want to be there with you because what we're going to do is walk through the site together. So now you guys can be looking at your screen, and I can be looking at my screen, and we can walk through the site together. And if you get lost, you can come back to my screen to look. So let's see. I am doing one more thing. Give me just a second here. Okay. To be effective in HR and in coaching and in sales is to spend time being effective and not rushing to get through things, but to engage people by meeting them where they are at. Did we demonstrate that right now? I'd say we did. So this experience represents being attuned to others' needs and not being efficient by not wanting to serve others. So tonight, it took us a few minutes to get everybody logged into the system, but we don't have to do that again. So it was an efficient way to get everybody in the membership area all at once. All right, and assign membership. So this site, now that we're here, we're all on the same page, which everybody's clicked members, and we have the little menu items on the left. This site is going to be very valuable. You'll come to find that it's very valuable to not only you, but to maybe your associates that you know and that type of thing. And so I want you to be aware you can share the link to the membership site with anybody you want. When they log in, they will get automatic access to the free associate site, which is a reduced version of the membership site. So what they get in the associate site is they get access to the IE soft skills. So you see that on the left, the IE soft skills menu. And then, so from the home menu down the page, it's the core values index. That button will take you to the assessment for core values and walk you through how to be in there. The IE soft skills will, again, take you to the IE soft skills. It's the same as the free associate website, so you can see what's happening in there. The SLA blogs will take you out of the membership area at this moment to our blogs, which are located on the strategiclearningalliance.org site. And then there's our webinars. So what I want to do first is I want to walk you across to the library. So go ahead and hover over the library and then click on Library Documents. And if you have any problem with that, let me know by putting it in the chat box. So right now, if you look at my screen or if you look at your screen, you should be on the Library Documents page. It should say Library Documents at the top of the page. So if you hovered over Library and clicked on the link there, it says Library Documents. Okay, so let me see if everybody got there. Okay, for Chile. Chile, are you not in yet? I used your company email, not your personal email, I believe. And it doesn't matter which one you want to use. Go ahead and use whichever email. Just register it, and I will set you up just like I did James. And I forget who else I had to do that for, but it doesn't matter. I'll do it for you. It just takes a minute. So Joy is saying, I only have 2 of the 5 items on the left. Okay, Joy, so what I want you to do is click on the main menu bar where it says Members. If you click that link, you should see all 5 little menu items on the left. So if you clicked Members, you should see all 5 on the left. And then if you click hover on Library and click Library Documents, that's where you're going to find the documents that I want to make sure you get and download. So we're going to be doing that in a minute. Okay, and so I'm going to search for Chile and make sure you have the right login that you need. Okay. No, you don't. So I'm going to fix your assignment, Chile, so just give me a minute. and then you might need to log out and log back in. I'm not sure if that's what needs to be done. Okay. Okay, so you can see if you can either refresh and get the member menu, or see if you can log out and log in to get there. All right, so Joy, are you okay now? Are you able to get to the library documents okay? And if anybody else is having any problems to get to the library documents, let me know. There's 3 documents here in the library system, and the 3 documents, oh good, I'm glad, okay, thanks Joy. Joy's good. Okay, so if the 3 documents, what I want you to do is go ahead and download those on your computer so you'll have access to them when you need them. So you can either, I think on each one of those links where it says right click here to save the document, I want you to go ahead and do that and save it in a place on your computer where you can easily access it again. That's going to give you the Career Development System report, which is what the Career Development System is based upon, and we will be walking through that because that's the other menu item that you should all have. It should say Home, Members, Career Development, and then Library across the top. If you're missing one of those, please go ahead and put it in the chat box right now. Home, Members, Career Development, and Library right across the top menu. Okay, so Linda, you're having trouble. What is not working? Could you be more specific, please? So you're okay. If you're right-clicking it, Linda, it won't open. It will actually attempt to save it to your hard drive. If you want to do a left click, it will open, and then you can save it from there. See, it's 2 ways you can do it. You can right-click and save the document on your hard drive, or you can left-click, open the document, and then save that document on your hard drive, or maybe even just bookmark the URL, but you'll probably have to log in to get to it anyway. Okay, missing the Career Development tab. Thank you, Stephen. Okay, and Chili said, okay, Chili, you're all set. So what you need to do, Chili, is log out and log back in, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, Linda, are you looking at your computer and your login, or are you on my screen? Because if you're on my screen, you'd be getting the exact results that you're talking about. Okay, and then Stephen Summers, I need to add you. Okay, one moment. Come on. Gotcha. Yep, you're missing that. Okay, career development. Anybody else missing the career development? Let me know now. That would be good. Okay, you might need to log out and log... Oh, wait a minute. That didn't take... Hold on just a second. Apply this tag. Apply this tag. Thank you. Yes, yes, yes. Save. Okay, Stephen Summers, you might need to log out and log back in order to get access to the career development pages. Okay. Okay, excellent. So Martha, you have the career development report. Perfect. Then I want you to download the syllabus for this class, which is the document underneath that. And then I want you to download the strategic learning for the SLA engagement document underneath that. Awesome, Stephen. Great. Great. Okay. I love that you all got everything that you need. It's so wonderful. I only missed a few. It's kind of a mini miracle to be able to do that much and get that percentage correct. So, okay. I'm going to guess you've all got your documents and you've been able to download them. If I'm not correct about that, go ahead and put something in the chat box for me. Has everybody got their documents? Martha says yes. Okay, I'm getting some yeses here. Great. Okay. Boom. Okay, James is still downloading. Okay, we'll wait. I mean, some people have slower connections than others, and that's just the way it is. Okay, Chili, did you log out and log back in again to let me know if you are able to get access to everything? Okay. Okay, we have a couple more people to check in and let me know that they got it. Okay, so James is done. Chili's got all the options. This is great. It's working, it's working. I get excited about the little things. It's the little things that make a difference in the world, in my opinion. Okay, so I don't see 22 people saying I've got it yet. So, but is there anybody that still needs more time to download these documents? 2 minutes. Okay, so we're just going to give them a couple more minutes. It depends on the internet connection. Sometimes it takes longer to download things than others. So I get it. And Joy is done. Been done. Been there, done that. Awesome. Joy's got a great connection. Leland says, yeah, some of us are just a little slow. I get it. It's all good, you guys. Okay, so now that you've got those documents, remember the business development syllabus is one that you want to refer to for what we're going to be covering, and as a student that's going to be doing this class for credits, you will need to refer to the requirements in there are covered. The Strategic Learning Alliance, or Strategic Learning for Engagement, that document is there for us. Let's take a quick look and review that. So if you click on the tab, it will open up and you can take a look at that online if you want. And this document will help you to work through these trainings. And look at this. For those of you that are SLA, members of the SLA already, you will be earning some continuing education units with us. So that's always a nice thing towards your qualifications for 2018. Okay, so yeah, this document talks about the process that you're going to be going through. It talks about applied learning and what is that. It talks about keeping it simple when you're learning. And I just want to share with you, this document is about learning to learn. So for people that have a hard time studying and learning, don't struggle with it. Read this document. learn how to learn the easy way. Okay, so I'm going to leave this for you guys to read because it's really a document that's, it's more of a personal journey that you're going to go on. So I'm not going to take you through this document. It's for you to go through. It also covers a lot of information on the CVI and the IE and that type of thing. I can see as we're scrolling down. So this is a nice little workbook for you to have to go along with this class. I really like it. Okay. The key is to focus on the SLA learning guide, and that's this, what we're looking at right here. If you choose to focus on one of those documents, this is the one that you want to. The CDS is later in the program this month, so you don't really need to focus on that document now. But this document, this Strategic Learning Alliance workbook document, is the learning guide, is one that I would highly recommend that you do look at and you do study and you do take advantage of the learn to learn, which is, you know, if you've ever struggled with learning, then this is a great way for you to learn how to learn easy instead of hard. Okay? So some people this just comes naturally to, and some people it doesn't. So I'm just saying, you know, for those of you that learning doesn't come easy, read the learning guide to learn how to learn first. Okay, back on my screen here on the library. So I think we pretty much covered those. Does anybody have questions about any one of those documents? I'm just going to go quickly again. The CDS is for later. The syllabus is for you to review what is due, and the strategic learning for the SLA engagement is your workbook to work through this class. Any questions? The expectation is on the syllabus is to complete one step a week as defined by the syllabus and the pages of the document. Hope that's clear for everybody. Okay, all right. So now let's go click on members and let's take a walk through the membership area. So I just clicked on members and I'm looking with the 5 buttons on the left-hand side. And first thing it says is welcome applied learning professionals. And you know, this is kind of nice. Here's what I'd like to do. I would like to have Linda Galicchio. Will you read the page, the home page here, and read a couple of paragraphs for me, please?
Starting at the welcome.
Yes, please.
Applied learning professionals.
Yes, please.
We welcome you to our community of thousands of certified professionals who already use these proven assessment tools that you are about to engage in. These tools will expedite your coaching client discovery as well as assist you by identifying the strengths and weaknesses of your clients in a fraction of the time you would normally need to spend using probing questions. These are 2 quick and easy assessments that only take 10 minutes each of your client's time and provide detailed reports on how you can best serve your client. Imagine in only 20 minutes you will have client reports that will save you hours of discovery time. And having gone through it, this is true. We highly recommend, if you haven't already done so, that you go through the process of taking the assessment yourself so you can meet your maximum potential as a coach. Realize for yourself the accuracy of these tools and better understand your client's assessment results. These reports are like a cheat sheet, like a window into your client's mind, which help you to better understand the individual you are working with. We know you will find these membership benefits valuable to your experience as an applied learning professional.
Thank you so much, Linda. I really appreciate that. I just want the people that are not coaches on this call to understand that coaching is one of the 3 skills that you need to have as an HR professional. So you're going to be picking up on some of the terms and the language that's used as a coach, and one of which would be probing questions is something that a coach would be versed in. And you know, whether you're a project manager or in another profession, all of these professions, in fact, everybody, I just go with everybody. Everybody can use coaching skills and can use a coach. It really does apply globally to everything you do. It's a wonderful tool to have in your belt no matter what you're doing. I mean, even if you're a parent and you can learn how to coach your kids, or if you're a supervisor, or if you have friends, you can coach your friends, you know. So coaching is something that has mass application to every person on the planet, really. Okay, so the first tool is the Core Values Index, as you can see here. And so what we'll all do right now is go ahead and you can click either one, the one on the left or the one in the middle of the screen, and it will take you to the Core Values Index. And we're just going to walk through tonight. We're not going to actually jump in and do any of this. We're just going to do a high-level overview of what we're looking at and what we're going to be covering over the next few weeks. So let's see. The first thing we'll do is, this is an overview. There's 5 steps to the course, and as you can see here, we have instructions, assessment, understanding the results of your assessment, creating a reflection statement, and sharing the assessment with your clients. As part of this course, you're going to need to complete all 5 steps. So let's not jump in any deeper right here for now. I want you to go back to the home menu by clicking the blue button on the top left, and then I want you to jump into the next thing, which is the second assessment tool, where it says IE Soft Skills. And when you click that, you can see it's basically the same format. You're going to have the instructions, the assessment, you'll need to understand the results, and you'll have a reflection statement, and you'll want to be sharing this with your clients. So this one has 2 functions, and it will help you to, basically, if you're using it for one-on-one coaching, you're going to get a really great report out of this soft skills assessment. So it's really going to support you in engaging your client and coaching them one-on-one. The second function of the IE Soft Skills Assessment tool is creating a team map. And as part of the tool, it will show you the different soft skills that each one of your people on your team have, and maybe where your deficiencies are, or where your strengths are. So it's a little bit different than the CVI, in that you would be able to use this for setting up a team. It's great for an HR professional who's bringing in a new member on a team, a project manager that needs to know who to assign what to, because you need to assign out items based on people's strengths. It's great for a leader. As a leader with this tool, it'll help you to immediately understand who you are engaging with and how best to engage those individuals or groups. So this is a really, really valuable tool when it comes to creating a team, building a team, understanding your team, coaching one-on-one. This will save you so much time. If you can only imagine trying to do an evaluation without having this report on who would be best for what, you'd have to go and interview each one of your members and really try and discern from your interview what their strengths were. This way, you will be able to run this report, open the report, and you'll be given guidance through the tool on how to best formulate your team. So you're going to save, on average, about 3 to 10 hours of effort, because it's going to help you engage individuals or teams based on their natural soft skills. Now, this is important because in the employee-centered model, you'll want to learn about this course. You will, in this course, you will focus on helping people to highlight their strengths. That's what we all want to do. And you know, people can develop in their weak areas, but highlighting people's strengths and playing people to their strengths is going to take you farther, faster. And that's typically what we want, especially when we're running a company that needs to, take care of their bottom line. 87% of HR professionals want to hire, promote, or employ individuals who are attuned to their soft skill strengths. So it makes a whole lot of sense that somebody who's in a hiring authority, they're going to want to hire somebody who is already aware of their strengths and their weaknesses. It just totally makes sense. So one of the great things that happens here when you take this assessment is that you'll get a report of your strengths and your weaknesses, that if you are building a resume, you can just put your strengths right there. I wouldn't put the weaknesses on, but I certainly put the strengths on there right away. So you could just immediately list that as a key feature on your resume. Coaches using this tool report a 90% increased ability to work smarter and not harder by using this tool, and it is 93%, check that, 93% accurate based on a survey results of over 1,300 HR managers. So that's huge, right? You understand that this is a crazy good tool. Okay. I think that about covers this topic, and so we're not going to jump in too far more on that one, except for me to say project managers report using team maps and tools 70% of the time. So by leveraging this tool, they can save 3 to 10 hours per team member by working smarter. And that's why we have built this course around understanding the tools of engagement. We want you guys to be able to get out there, understand somebody, coach them, inspire them to come to engage in a contract with you. So doing that, you're going to need to know how to coach them, right? So this tool is going to speed up your efforts tremendously. You're not going to have to do too much. If you just use this tool because, hey, it's free. It's on the free association link. Now let's just talk marketing for a second. Let's say you take the fact that you have access to put these people in a free association. Is that a plus or a minus? I'd say that's a plus. Okay, so now I have something that I can gift to people that there's no obligation on their part to enroll in it. If there's no money involved, all they would need to do is go in and use it. And once we've been through this class, you're going to understand how to use it. You're going to be able to guide your potential new client right through this. So let's say you get somebody engaged and you say, hey, maybe you'd like to join the free association, and you put them in there and they say, you really want to take that IE soft skills report because you'll get some real value out of it, and it'll help both of us to understand where we could be of service to each other. So then you have them take this, and now you have a 20-page report on how to coach this person specifically. So you just gained all kinds of information on your client to really help you know them and be effective as a professional and be passionate about becoming and being an engaged employee, or engaging your client, or engaging a prospect employee. Okay, so this is pretty exciting stuff. Okay, so back to the home menu, I want you to click the blue button on the top left again. And the next link that I want to go to is not the blogs, because as I mentioned, that will take you outside of the membership area right now. Let's stay here and click on SLA webinars, and that's going to take us into the webinars. And I mentioned this before about doing a teach to learn, which is you being willing to contribute a topic to one of our webinars. Now, as you can see I just clicked on upcoming webinars, that button. If you want to click there, you'll see that we have some webinars coming up. We have Craig Para. Now, he is a coach. He focuses on recovery coaching or addiction coaching. And then we have Colleen Long. She's going to be talking about social marketing. Now, Craig is going to present on marketing and mindfulness. So this is going to be it's going to be good. You want to attend these webinars. So all you need to do is at the top of the page where it says you only need to click here to register once, and you'll receive an invite to each webinar. You might want to go ahead and do that. In fact, you can do that right now. So I'm going to do this. I think, if I'm not mistaken, we are a couple hours in here. Yeah, no, we're an hour in, I meant. 1 hour in. I'm going to go ahead and let you guys click that button and register, and then I'm going to let you check out this webinar page of the upcoming webinars. Think about what topic you could present on and I'm going to just mute myself for 5 minutes so you can do that and think about what topic you might want to present on. When we come back in 5 minutes, I want you to put in the chat box if something has popped into your head, go with your gut. That's called intuition, and just go with it. Type it into the chat box, and now you've committed to being in our Teach to Learn program, which is voluntary. However, will it give you added benefit? Yes. Will it give you authority? Yes. Will it help you in your marketing? Yes. So you want to do this. And I know some people have a fear of doing a public presentation. Why not now? Why not do a public presentation in front of your colleagues in a safe environment with people that love you? So this is a great place to stretch and grow, and we will value and appreciate your being a contributing member to our community. So if you decide that you want to do that, I want to see it in the chat box. Okay, go register, and we'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I know I said 5 minutes, so I'll ramble for another few minutes while we wait for other people to come back. I'm assuming some of y'all might have needed to have a bio break. Okay, so I have 2 people that have volunteered to teach to learn, and I would love it if more of you would volunteer, step up, think about a topic that would be interesting to your colleagues, and go ahead and put that in there. Right now I want to say thank you to Chili Hicks. He's volunteered to teach a topic related to military veterans in the workplace. Awesome. Thank you for that. And Martha has volunteered to teach 4 elements that are essential to the success of any business and living a productive life. Wow. Nice, Martha. Very nice. So look forward to having both of you share your genius in our conference calls that we do for our members. And when you're done, if we click back on the SLA webinar on the left, you'll see that we have webinar archives. So now you can click on the webinar. If you go back to the menu of the SLA webinars and click on webinar archives, you can see that in here we have several. Let's see, September the 30th, we just had a presentation with Walt Shepardson. We had a presentation with John Jerkowitz, Helping Good People Become Better. We had Kathleen Carr, who I believe is on the line with us right now, so this is kind of exciting. We have Kathleen Carr. Yes, she's here. So Kathleen Carr presented Finding Your Me Spot, Exploring Your Authentic Self. A great presentation. We did a mastermind group. We talked about building your business. We covered a lot of topics in that hour. I don't remember everything we covered. I just know it was a lot. And then we have How to Live Spiritually Every Day, Power versus Perception, and Building Your Business. Now, I'm going to highly recommend that in this course, you are working towards expanding and building your business. So these 2 webinars at the bottom, if you scroll down to July 22nd and July the 15th. I'm going to highly recommend that you watch these 2 webinars. Dr. Colleen Long built her entire practice. Now she's a therapist, but it's like being a coach, as you all know. So she will show you in this webinar how to build your practice using social media. That's great. The other question is, the other one is prospecting and sales and how we are solution providers, okay? So no matter what you're doing here, whether you're an employee or whether you're building your own business, I want you to know that these skills that you're going to learn in here are going to show you how to engage. That's what the lead generation and prospecting for sales. This is going to tell you how to engage people, so how to engage your employees, how to engage clients. It doesn't matter which area you're coming from. If you're coming from HR, if you're coming from a coach who's trying to build a business, these are great videos for you to watch just to learn the language of marketing and that type of thing as well. So just want to help you see the importance of how being an applied professional, and you'll get to see these 2 sharing their passion as professionals, and that's what we want to see from you too. We want to see you sharing your passion about what you do. So anyway, that's enough for the webinars. Clicking on the home menu link in the top left-hand corner again, and then if you want to click on the blogs link, it's going to take you to the SLA blogs. There's videos there, and I'm eventually going to incorporate those into this membership area so that it doesn't take you outside, but I just haven't had the opportunity or the bandwidth to do that. So, okay, I have a couple questions for you now. First question is, who knows the first imperative of great organizations? So, first imperative of great organizations. Anybody want to throw something in the chat box? Just guess. Throw something out there. Take a wild stab at it. Be brave. There's no wrong answers. Okay. We have one person says, know who's on your team. People. Absolutely. I just really agree. So people, and Leland, people, it is people, right? It's about knowing and engaging your people. So here's the answer. Great organizations, being only 11 out of 11,000 studied, okay? There were 11 organizations that were categorized as great. And this study was done by Collins. They focused on who first, meaning engagement means caring about helping individuals become passionate about their highest and best contribution. So, and Leland says a business plan. Okay, yeah, business plans aren't a bad idea either if you're going into business. But knowing who you are working with and being able to engage and inspire them to contribute at their top level, isn't that something that we should all aspire to? The next question I have for you is, how did the great companies become effective? Throw something out there, you guys. Take a wild stab at it. Yeah, that's my phone. My phone says, oh, using a map, mastery, autonomy, and purpose. Great, James. That's good. Gathered a consensus from the team. Leveraging people's strengths, knowing how to engage their employees, by remembering who the customer is and what they want, getting to know your people and relationships, by valuing their employees. Okay, I just want to say those are all outstanding answers. In this report, again, they say they engage their employees to ensure that they got the right person in the right seat. Now, the CVI, or the Core Values Index assessment, allows this to occur to ensure that 80% of the people produce 80% of the outcome, whereas the good companies engaged employees and they produced 80% from only 20% of the team. Now, you guys all know the 80-20 rule, right? That there'll be 100% of the people in the room. Okay, let me share it from the from the eagle story that I know. It might be fun for you. There was actually not eagles. There was turkeys, and they were all going to eagle school. They were going to learn how to be eagles, and the turkeys, they all had to climb up to the top of a tower, and they had to, you know, spread their wings and fly down. And so this wasn't something that turkeys had done, but you know, they kind of got pushed off the roof, and they had to learn to fly. So at the end of the day, all the turkeys had experienced flying. Guess what? 80% of those turkeys walked home. 20% flew home. That's the 80-20 rule. 20% of the people are going to do all the work. 80% of the people are going to not produce as much as just 20% do. So the CVI allows the 80% to produce 80% of the outcome, whereas other companies that haven't fully aligned their teams produce 80% from only 20% of the people. We are helping you to see here the importance of applied professionals and how they use tools to be effective in their positions and to effectively use their who, or their people, in their team. So we're going to provide you a system to sharing your unique and individual passion, and share that with our community of applied professionals. And we encourage you to just kind of step up and do it. And these are going to be free events for you. So having an opportunity to invite people to use a free assessment tool, and knowing it can help you and them, and you help them, and all of that, and knowing that we're having these free events, this is going to be a community of members, for the members, by the members, and that requires membership participation. Okay, and Nick says, good and open communication through the company will see all angles, positive or negative, for continuous improvement. And I agree with that, having good communication so that you feel like you're on a team. I remember being employed with, or not employed, sorry, I consulted for many years for a lot of different companies, but one of the companies I consulted for, their QA department and their software department were like us and them. And I didn't understand that mentality, because the developers and the QA department really needed to work together like a team to get the software debugged and out into the customer's hands. And by doing that in an efficient manner, they would have good productivity time and a good delivery to the client. Instead, they had an us and them mentality, and it caused dissension in between the two teams. And the bottom line that I could see was the fact that there's the one company, and if we work together as a team, we can get through this. We can get a great product delivered to the clients in a timely manner, and we'll make more money that way, right? So I always am thinking of the big picture, and when I see dissension among staff members, it always makes me think, what I don't understand. We're all working together here. We all have a goal to have our jobs this year and the next year and the next year after that, and maybe we want to even improve and grow and climb up the ladder. And if we're going to do that, the company needs to be around. So therefore, we need to all pull together and keep the company going to the best of our ability. That's just my thinking. So, all right. So now that we've been through the membership site, what I would like to do is talk to you a little bit more about marketing. And I want you to, so let me just say, between now and the next week, what I want you to think about, I want you to take a look at that strategic, in the documents, that strategic learning for SLA engagement. I want you to take a look at that and read on that. I want you to understand what's due in the syllabus. You do not need to look at the Career Development System report yet. When we come back, we're going to review the Core Values Index together. We're going to walk through it together. We're going to walk through the IE soft skills together. And in the meantime, now what I want to do is talk with you about engaging, and I want to get your ideas on what you think engaging a client or engaging a coworker or engaging a staff member. I want you to think about what does that look like to you? What are the different ways that you can engage a person? And let's say there is something that you want from them. You want their performance to go up. You want them to sign on with you as a client. You want to get to know what they're doing and what their roadblocks are, that type of thing. So what are the different ways that you can engage with an individual? So I'm just going to wait for some ideas. So Linda says asking them questions. That's great, yes, because when you're asking questions, you get to understand what their perspective is. You get to see what they think is happening first, which is great. So you get their input. So asking questions is a great way to engage people. Asking questions and or asking for what you want. Absolutely. Now, is it good to run into somebody's office and say, hey, I need this one, can you give me really quick? No. It's better to say, hey, I really need X, and when do you think you can get, I hope this isn't too much of an inconvenience, right? So we're being polite and considerate and thoughtful of the other person's time. Hope this isn't going to be too much of an inconvenience, but I really need X. When do you think you could get that to me by? Okay. We have another one, asking eye contact, from Kathy, saying eye contact is good to engage your person. That's great. And also intense listening. That's great too. It's really nice that you would be able to listen very intently to what somebody's saying and do something called active listening. And that is, okay, so you just said, let me see if I can repeat what you just said. Let me see if I understood correctly. You said XXX. Is that correct? Now you've demonstrated that you were listening by feeding back to them what they asked you. And you've made sure that you understood them correctly because you say, is that correct? So you've done two things there in engaging your person, right? So that's another great way to engage your person. Let's see. Kathleen says, identify commonalities through mutual discussion. That's another great way to get engaged. Celeste says, showing interest in others by greeting them and just chatting with them. Yes, showing interest. You know, you can start with the small stuff and go in deeper, right? And it's not a bad idea to start with the small stuff. And that could be some of the commonalities, like, hey, the weather just really is rotten out there. Man, is it raining hard or something. And then you can transition. You know, it's just nice to, I have to say that when I'm on a mission to get something done, the small stuff kind of falls by the wayside. And I just want to jump in and say, okay, have you got this? Have you got that? Are you on this point? Are you on that point? And really, people need to be respected and honored because they're people, right? So if somebody needs to be respected and honored as a human being, running in and saying, hey, you know what, I really need that, doesn't honor them at all. So what you want to do is always be considerate of that person and their time with an excuse me, I hope I'm not interrupting, or I don't want to interrupt when you have a moment. So always checking in, and those are, again, it's questions. You know, I don't want to interrupt. You have a moment. When will you have a moment? That type of thing. Great other ideas over here. Build rapport. From Christopher, develop your vision and address concerns. These are great ways to engage. Yes, yes, yes. May says, be sincere in showing that you care what they have to say. Absolutely. So that's the active listening and then feeding back to what they have, and then, you know, show your sincerity. And, you know, people don't necessarily, like if somebody's telling you that they're having a hard time with something and it's a struggle, you know, you don't have to fix them. You know, you can say, you know what, I'm sorry to hear that you're having such a hard time. And if you feel moved, let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you out. And then you can go to, in the meantime, I really need to get this done. So is there something I can do to help you help me get this done? So it's engagement, right? Linda says, remember that all coaching is life coaching, and we'll get down to the self-esteem issues sometimes, or they will be defensive, and you need to know how to handle that. That's a good point. And, you know, having somebody get defensive with you is clear that they are having some kind of stress, right? Stress or anxiety, or their defensiveness wouldn't come up. So helping somebody to calm down, and it's really great because one of our students is not here tonight, but couldn't be here tonight, but she would be great at this. She knows yoga, and she can help somebody take a few deep breaths and get calm and centered, and then readdress the issue. So that's really what it comes down to. If somebody is getting defensive with you, they just need to get calm, get centered, get balanced, and then readdress it. And so, you know, having some tools on board for you to learn how to do that is not a bad thing either. Okay, Leland says, positive approaches always by being yourself. You know, I couldn't agree more on that. Authenticity is everything. It's like integrity, right? If you're not being who you truly are, if you're not being authentic, where's the integrity in that, right? So being open and being authentic are very important. Another comment is that people need to be heard. They do. People need to be heard. People want to be heard and acknowledged. Not just heard, but people want acknowledgement. So that acknowledgement can come in the form of, just like I mentioned, if somebody said something that they're having a hard time, most of the time they don't want to fix, they just want acknowledgement. So if you say, I'm sorry to hear you're having such a hard time. And like I said, only if you authentically are volunteering to be of assistance, then you can follow it up with, let me know if there's anything I can do to help. But don't let that be something you just automatically say without meaning it. Make that come from your heart. Let people know that that's who you really are, and that you're willing to step up out of your way to make a difference in their life if they need it. Kathleen says body language and tone of voice are important in all interactions. And that is very true. You know, our body language can say so much. Frequently when I start training a class, I'll walk into a room with a bunch of crossed arms over their chest or their stomach area. Now, what does that body language mean? It means people are nervous, they're protecting their gut, they don't want to, you know, that's the arms across the lap or the chest are, it's a way to protect yourself. You're protecting your gut, where you're vulnerable, okay? And eventually, after everybody gets to know me and they get to open up and they know that I create a safe and a sacred space for growth, then they open up and they relax and their arms come uncrossed. And by the time we're done, we're hugging everybody because we've all grown so close. Why? Because we dropped our guard, because we were able to be authentic, because we had a safe place to share. And it becomes a wonderful community of heart-centered people working together toward a common goal. So that's all really good. Linda says people will know if you aren't authentic. And I agree with that. You know, people, kids especially, kids know. You know, the old idiom, do as I say, not as I do, does not work with the children of today. And kids want to know why. If they can't do something that you're doing, they want to know why. And they want an answer that makes sense, not just because I said so. That just doesn't fly anymore for kids. They want the logical reason. If you know, so it's true. If you're not being your authentic self, people will be cognizant of it. Maybe not on a conscious level, but on a subconscious level, they will, and things will develop from there. So being authentic is super important. And Linda also shares that it's more how you say something than what you say. So I think that could be true too. You know, there's just how you say something. I'll say there's a 1,000 ways to say no. I don't know if you've all ever heard this before, but it kind of goes like this. No, no, no. No? So no, that's a question, right? No, that's kind of a shock. No, that's, ooh, better stop doing what I'm doing because that's definitely a no. So even though you say no, the word is the same, the different inflection can be interpreted a multitude of different ways. So that's how you say something can be as important as the words that you're saying. Okay, who has had a chance before tonight to engage and test these tools? Linda Galicchio, yay. CJ's used them, that's great. All right. What I'd like to do, I know that Kathleen Carr has used the tools. Oh, and Catherine has. That's not the Kathleen, that's Catherine. Catherine has some. Excellent. So I'm glad that some of you have engaged the tools. That's really great. And I also want to say, you know, Christopher has and May has a little bit. So here's what I want to say. Feel free to jump in and go through these pages yourself and get familiar with the tools. We are going to do it next week all together through the Core Values Index and the IE Soft Skills, but you can do this on your own too if you want to. So Kathleen, if you would like to share, because I know you have had some amazing experiences with the tools, and if you would mind sharing with us about that, I think it would be awesome and that people would really enjoy hearing how the tools have worked for you and how you were able to get very inspirational results by empowering somebody by using the tools. I've just unmuted you, Kathleen, if you'd like to go ahead and share. Okay, I'm not sure Kathleen is able to unmute or hear us or something because I don't hear her. But I think it would be great if we, if anybody else has used them and had any results from them. Oh, Chili's done IE and CVI. Chili, have you engaged any clients or any coworkers with your IE and CVI tool? Do you have any results that you could share with us? I'm going to unmute Chili. Oh, Chili, I can't. You have to enter an audio pin so you can talk and share with us. Okay, for those of you that have their audio thing grayed out, you have to enter a PIN code into the phone, and if I click on your link, it'll send you an audio pin, and that should show up in the audio area of your screen. So like if you open up the audio panel, which is in the same place as the chat box, there's an audio box. If you open that up, it should have a PIN code, and it would be like pound, digit, digit, pound, so like pound, 55, pound. And Kathleen says she's having trouble with her speaker. So, okay. Leland, did you have an experience you wanted to share, Leland? Because I'd like to get, Kathleen has a really great story. Let's see if, she said she's experiencing difficulty. She was going to log back out, or log out, I'm sorry, log out and log back in. Let's see. I'm going to unmute you, Kathleen, see if you can talk now, Kathleen. Kathleen, are you there?
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yes. Okay, welcome, Kathleen.
How are you, everyone?
Thank you so much for volunteering to share. I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, it's very nice because as I believe, I don't think anybody else has had the experience that you have had, so it'll be really great for them to hear from somebody who's taken the tools, who's applied the tools with a client and had some results. So please go ahead. Thank you.
Sure. I actually took the 2 tracks of recertification in June and read through the whole CDS document and the other document for the IE and the core value index, and read the whole handbook actually for core value index. And so part of that recertification was I used the tools on 4 individuals actually, and I used both tools on 4 individuals and was able to experiment. So in one case, I had a friend who was a lawyer in Panama for a few years, then came to the States for about 12 years, and then got an opportunity to go back, and she got a master's degree here, and then but was unable to work as a lawyer. So she got a master's degree, and then she got an opportunity to go work with a firm that was opening a brand new office in Panama City. And I caught her, just the timing of her transition toward the new position and my need to have practice clients. We engaged both documents because in the following week she was supposed to meet with her superior and sort of make a decision about what she wanted to do with the firm and what training she needed and so forth. So I really, my background is labor relations. I was a union advocate, and so I was able to look at these tools in a manner that advantaged her rather than looking at it from the perspective of an employer. And so with the CVI, she actually was able to confirm that she is not comfortable with conflict. And so that helped her to make a very confident decision to identify with the firm to pursue corporate law and tax law and things like that, because part of the firm's presence there was to bring new business into Panama. And so that really helped her to do it. It validated a lot of information that she knew about herself and gave her some real confidence. The IE, we took it a step further and did the map with her, but in a more general sense. The IE actually gave her information or validated for her some of the information she knew about herself in terms of working with others and what her strengths were with details, which really, again, confirmed that choosing corporate law was a really good choice for her. In addition, what we did in the map is we looked at what her needs were, and we created a list of needs that included acquiring a retired judge as a mentor, creating a training profile that would meet her needs and included some of the soft skills in that in terms of how she best is communicated with. And we created a goal for her to both pass her probation and be able to take on clients independently within a 3-month period, and some longer-term goals about her education, but also some goals about what she could project her unique niche could bring to the firm, and that was to perhaps create some kind of program or training module for corporations coming into Panama. What are the labor laws they need to do? What are the tax laws they need to be aware of, and certain land issues and so forth. So she was all excited about projecting that goal out further. And she reported back to me, besides the fact that she felt loaded for bear and very confident when she met her employer, because we reformatted her soft skills to take out any detracting references and put only the good things in. So she was armed with that when she met with her superior, as well as a plan, a very confident plan about pursuing corporate law and what she needed to help support her in that area. And she's reported back to me that they brought her in after 2 months and told her that they did not want to wait for the additional 3rd month to pass her probation, that they were passing her probation early and they were giving her an increase. And I really believe that, and she does too, that it was all those tools that helped to validate information about her, give her confidence, and give her a framework for which to approach the employer and say, this is who I am, and this is what I'm about, and this is the kind of ways that I would work well, and these are my training needs, etc. So that's my story, and I did it sort of instinctively, but it blossomed into a very positive situation for her, and I think we should look at both sides of what we do with a client. If we're working with a client as a coach, or if we're in HR and working from the employer's perspective, I think it's helpful to look at the benefits to both parties in these as we come together.
That is a great point, Kathleen, because everybody wins,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
When a person is impassioned, they win. When a person who's impassionate works for a company, the company wins. And you win as a coach because your client is inspired, right?
Oh, and she loves coaching. Once she makes a lot of money, she's going to retain me for real.
That's great, because everybody can use a coach. Really, it's true.
Yes.
So
there's a lot of confidence in coaching now. That's the other aspect for the coach, is that you've helped this person come to a place for themselves that they didn't imagine or realize they could. And the fact that these tools are 94 and 98% effective are just establish a great deal of credibility for the coach in saying to the person, that I'm offering you this, and then it inspires all kinds of things in their life once they get this validation.
Yeah, that's so great. It's validating, right? It's a confirmation, it's a validation, it's encouraging, it's uplifting. I can't wait for you guys to take your own IE and get your soft skills report. You're going to love it. It's just really wonderful. So now let's talk about this. What I'd like to do now is kind of get a consensus from everybody. Based on this story and this vision that Kathleen had for her client. What is similar about Kathleen's story to your work role? So if you think about what your role is in work, how is this story, how could you use what Kathleen just shared with you in your role? Is there some way that you could use that information in your role? Let's go ahead and put some ideas in the chat box there.
Barbara, these are mostly folks who haven't taken it yet. Is that it?
Well, I'm guessing yes, because several people have trouble getting in, and several people didn't have the right assignment to even access the tools. So I'm guessing that a lot of people, a lot of individuals on the call have not. Thanks for asking that. Catherine says that was a great example. Thanks, Kathleen. And so Catherine says establishing a great outcome balance. You know, I think that's really important. First of all, knowing where you're headed. And so by using the tools, you could see what's in alignment with the core values of the person. That's important because now when you are looking at the core values of a person, and you can see what they value and what contribution they want to make to the world, you're going to be in a much better position to help them get into a role that embraces their core values, which is only going to get them to be more passionate about what it is that they are going to be doing, right? So based on this story and what you've heard so far, let's start to share a vision for understanding how we will plan to use these tools. So understand how we'll plan to use these tools so we can commit to engaging these tools and sharing them with others and emphasizing the value of improving employee engagement through passion, service, and learning. So James says, keep talking to people and let them see are set with your SMART goals. Yes, knowing what the SMART goals are, that's very important, and knowing how to define and knowing what is a SMART goal and sharing that with either your employee or your client, helping them to understand that goals are very important, that goals will help you meet your objectives. Chili says, I've used the tools as part of the CPN and CPL curriculum. The team map was helpful with our veteran success team understanding how our virtual team could work together. That's awesome. So that's a great way that you were able to apply the tools to your role with the veteran success team. You were able to apply the tool to create your team map and understand how each individual on the team could work together. I love that. Thank you, Chili. Nick says, good to hear that I can use that in all my calls because people always want to know what's in it for me. That's another great point, right? What's in it for me? Well, when you have in the knowledge of somebody's core values and you know what their strengths are, what's in it for them is to be at their best, because you're going to empower them to move forward in a direction that uses their strengths, capitalizes on their strengths, and also is in a direction that is right in alignment with who they are at their core, right, their core values. And it's going to be a win-win, because now you're going to be able to define a vision that is going to be totally in alignment with that person, and naturally they're going to have success there. James says he took the IE and he used it on Team Kentucky every day. That's great. So James has figured out how to use the IE tool and use it every day with his team. That's fantastic. May says, when I used the tools and did a map for people that wanted to be business owners, so that was like when I used the tools. Okay, that was almost an answer, and I'm not really sure if that was complete. When I used the tools and did a map for people that wanted to be business owners, that's when you use the tools, I'm guessing, is what you were saying there. So these tools are valuable to ensure that you are consistent and that your accuracy is excellent, and that you can now take that information and engage and support others towards win-win results. So kind of what we'd like to do is be able to create a collaborative vision of where, over the next 4 weeks, while we're engaging the tools, think about this, a collaborative vision of where you want to go in this group, right? Because we're going to be together for quite a while. Where do you want to go in this group? What do you want to see as the end result? Let's create a vision based on the tools to decide what do we want to see our end result as a result of the time that we spend together. And I just want to also share with you that I am very honored to spend time with you. I really love what I do. I'm passionate about what I do. I love marketing. Marketing is fun and it's creative and it's really great. So one of the key things here is to learn how do I sell my idea, whatever your idea is, whether it be employee engagement, whether it be with a client that needs to move forward, whatever it is that you need to do, how do you market your engagement, right? So let's see. I'm going to see if I have any more notes here. Yes. Julia says, as a program manager, I could use the outcome for effective project teaming. Absolutely, absolutely. Leland says, I would like to use the CVI to interview for people to join our Learning and Leadership Academy, finding the right people to build our team once I learn how to use them. I've used the CVI myself. That's great. That's great, Leland. So you're on the precipice of being able to use the CVI to engage other individuals that you know to join the Learning and Leadership Academy just by sharing the CVI. And that's part of the CVI. When we clicked on the CVI on the screen, as you remember, there's like 5 steps. One of the 5 steps is sharing the tool. So you're going to have an opportunity to share the tool with the people that you'd here's a place of power. Okay, I want to point this out. You're in a place of power right now. You get to decide who are the 5 people that you want to invite into this inner circle of having done the Core Values Index and having done the IE and knowing their strengths and knowing their core values and being able to analyze and learn, okay, am I in the right space for me? Could I make a move and be happier? Is there something that, I should be doing differently? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize that was really one of my strengths. Okay, now how can I incorporate that into my job so I can get a raise? Right? So you're going to have the opportunity, all of you have the opportunity to bring 5 people into your inner circle, if you will, having them go through the CBI and the IE and understand those results and come to know these 5 people much better than you've known them before. So, okay, let's see, I want to just say, one of the key takeaways, the key takeaway from tonight, the thing that I want you to have is the key is to be effective with shared and inspired vision around leveraging passion, service, and learning to ensure profits for your company, for your organization, for your division, for your department. You want to make a difference. I don't know. How about you? Am I off on that? Does everybody here want to make a difference in the world, no matter where it is, if it's in their home or if it's their home, their job, their church, their community? I mean, are we all here? Am I right about that? We're all here to make a difference in the world? Linda says, yeah, baby. Jocelyn says, absolutely. Yes, May. Yes, Catherine. Okay. So we're here to make a difference. And no matter what we're doing, if we're working to the best of our ability and we're always giving our 100%, then we're going to make a difference. Now, if we do that in an area where we have our strengths, we're going to make 110% difference because we're accessing and embracing and using our strengths. So again, the key is to be effective with shared and inspired vision around leveraging the passion, the service, and learning to ensure profits for our companies, for our own business, for win-win solutions. Engagement starts with attunement, meaning attuned to yourself and attuned to who you are about to engage. buoyancy, and clarity. So by asking them questions, confirming your understanding, you can then more confidently engage them towards collaborative and synergistic solutions, right? So by asking them questions, making sure you understood their answers by feeding it back to them and saying, is that right? Did I understand you correctly? Now you can confidently engage them towards collaborative and synergistic solutions. Just like the story that was shared, companies who focus on profits first, they are failing because they focused on what? The money, which is important. But you know what's more important? You. You are more important than money, and so is everyone that you work with. So the companies that are focused on profits first, they're failing, but great companies who focus on enabling the success of individuals, groups, and teams find that they have a united and successful organizations. And that's what we want. We want to have community, right? We want to feel like when we go to work, we're on a team and we're all working towards the same goal. And we're all in it together, and we're conspiring together to make everything better for everybody. There's nobody gets left out. Everybody's included. It's inclusive, not exclusive. So the key point is for engagement, and that is to have a united and successful organization. Now, how do you inspire and serve others to get engagement now? Well, we're going to start with the tools, right? You're going to be able to start with the tools, sharing these tools over the next month. You're going to build a shared vision for your company or your team, being that you don't just email them the tool. You're going to be sure that you take the time to ensure that they get into the assessment and they can take the assessment, right? Just like we went through tonight, we went through the membership site, right? I actually made sure that everybody could get in and could get access, and we could look at the site together so that you don't leave here not knowing, right? Clarity was the other one, Leyland. Okay. So why would we want to walk them through the assessment? Because one of two situations will occur. Number one, they were going to ask you for help to produce more or create more or get on, guidance on, feedback. What direction should I go in? Or they're going to engage the tools themselves and become amazed about what they learn about themselves, right? So they're going to want you to continue guiding them, or they're going to want to get engaged themselves and become excited about it and turn around and engage other people. Now what happened there? You just paid it forward, right? You just paid it forward. Now you have an individual who is excited about moving forward, learn the tools, and says, hey, I want to share these tools with people. Well, they can become a member of our group here, and they can have the access to the same tools that you have access to. So when they've learned about themselves and they decided that they want access to these tools, it opens a door for you as an applied certified professional to further engage them to ensure united, passionate learning that results in 80% greater results. Now, does that help your company? Does that help your friend that you just invited to take these assessments, right? The ABCs of engagement allow for passion, service, and learning built around a united, shared, and inspirational vision for moving forward and for forward-looking opportunity. So, if you, want to just take a breath here and realize how fortunate we are right now to have these tools, to be able to share these tools with individuals that we know can benefit from it. And what's going to happen here is you're going to have the opportunity to engage with these individuals on a level that you may not have ever had before. And so it opens the door for heartfelt engagement. Also the opportunities, if you're a coach, to maybe even get your get a new client, and maybe you're going to get a new client from it. But you get to choose who you want to invite to share the tools with. It's a $75 gift from you to help engage your coworkers, to share an inspired vision, to come back to class, and you guys get to come back to this class and share what you learned about the people that you brought through the system, and you get to share what you learned by engaging them and understanding who they are, just like great companies do. So we have some really golden opportunity here, and that is that, you know, first of all, you got these tools at no cost, which is screaming deal. We have to thank Dr. Paul Rand for that, because he is the one that made that happen. And these are expensive tools if you were out there as an individual going out there, but fortunately we've been able to negotiate a great deal for you. The tool is $75 per tool per person, so you get to choose who you want to invest your free tool with, right? And it's no cost to your company, so you don't have to feel like, oh my gosh, it's going to, be an expensive journey. This is really awesome that you get to do that. You get to meet people. You get to know people better than you probably ever would have or could have in a normal circumstance, just by having them take this and share the results with you. So right now I want to ask if there's any questions. I know we're kind of right on the hour here, but I want to quickly ask if anybody has any quick questions before we get going. And then I want to remind you to read the 2 documents, know what you need to turn in on your syllabus, read the strategic learning guide, and like I said, it's like learn to learn smart. And then if you feel like it, now that you have access to all these tools, you can actually go through even the career development system if you choose to. So I'm just going to say it's been awesome sharing this time with you. I would love to get your feedback via email if you'd like. I'll put an email address in here. And what I am thinking is, if you have any questions, anything else that you would like to be covered that you don't see in the syllabus, let us know. And let's see, I do have a couple questions here. One from May. Would you recommend using the tools for people only that want to advance their careers, or could you use for entrepreneurs too? Oh my gosh, it would be great for entrepreneurs to know what their strengths are so that they could delegate the rest, right? So absolutely great for entrepreneurs. Also, yes, if we have a minute or two after class, Leland, absolutely. We will be working together. We'll be sending out an email to individuals that are to meet with me immediately after this class. So just wait for you should get it within 5 minutes after class. Jocelyn says, do both client and coach receive a copy of the report? Actually, you would need your, unless you set up and you gave them the, okay, in the IE report, there is an area for you that you will share, and yes, you will get a copy of the report, and yes, this is what you'll be learning when we go through it next week. So yes, so one of the groups on this call has a follow-up call with Dr. Paul Rand and myself from 7 to 8. So I will be following up with an email to make that happen within minutes after the class is over. Celeste says, can we give this to multiple people at no cost? And the answer is yes. You may give it to 5 people, and we will talk after, Celeste. So bear with us. Jocelyn says, great. So that's it, 7:01. I'm going to wrap this up and say thank you so much for joining us. It's been a delight having you here, and I look forward to seeing you next week. And yeah, I think that covers it. So hope everybody's clear. Again, send me an email if you have any questions or anything that you need. I'll let you know if we're already going to cover it next week, or if we're going to cover it because you mentioned it, right? I'll give you feedback on that too. So way to go, team, and really glad you're here. I'm excited for what we're going to cover over the next few weeks, and actually weeks after that, and excited to move forward with you. So hallelujah. And I really, don't forget, we're looking for contributions. So Chili, I'm going to hold you to that. All right, take care, everyone. And I'm glad, oh, good. I'm glad you got a lot of notes, CJ. That's awesome. Yeah, thank you, everybody. All right, so for those of you that are meeting up, we'll see you online in a minute, and for the rest of you, we'll see you next week. Hope you have a great week. Take care, everyone. Bye now.